Good morning, friends! Happy Friday! I'm gonna bring Elle Ingalls on. How are you today? I'm so excited because we're gonna talk about just how little stretches every day can lead to massive results, not only in your body, but also in life. So I'm curious, are you one of these people who say, I'm not flexible? I can't do that, I'm not flexible. Or are you one of those people that decides to stretch just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more every single day? So I'm curious, if you're somebody who is like, I'm not flexible, give me a 1. But if you're somebody who loves to stretch just a little bit more every single day, give me a 2. Because I want to ask you, if you're a 1, if you're somebody who's not flexible, if you would be willing to play with us today and consider being just a little bit more flexible. We're going to show you how in your body and talk a little bit in your life. And the reason we're talking about this today, I'm inviting Elle on, she'll be here in a minute, is that she was sharing with me that her husband said to her recently, she said actually a week never goes by now where he doesn't say, your posture's never been like this before. Elle Ingalls is 55 years old. And she has a new body thanks to the last 7 months that we've been spending together. So if you need a new body, if you need a new bank account, if you need new relationships, stretch just a little bit every single day. And stretching doesn't just mean stretching your muscles. It also means stretching yourself beyond your limits. Like, are you comfortable today? Be a little less comfortable. Try it out. So I'm not sure what Elle is right now, but she should be here any moment. And in the meantime, we're going to just do a couple exercises because that's what we're here for. And I'm ready to get moving today. So the first thing I teach people is how to have an open heart. So when you are challenged in life, your heart space, your rib cage, and your physical heart actually closes off. So how do you open that up? You breathe, and you can even take your arms away from your ribs to open up your heart. So if you have most people have their arms by their sides all day long, which means your rib cage is closing off. And so what I'm here to teach you today is how to stretch your ribs a little bit more. So each rib has a space between it, and those get tight over time. And so how do you stretch it? Well, you can take your elbow forward, not back, but forward, and either keep it straight or put your hand on your head. We call this V vector. It's a nice V, or ecstasy arm, ecstasy here. Still elbow forward and not wide, okay? And then you take this, you keep your hips low, and you stretch the ribs up high. So you get all in this space, and then you do little pulses up and down. You'll see my hips are back a little. All of these side ribs are getting nice and open. And you see how my head is actually going this way. My ribs are going that way. And so you get nice and stretched. And I like to call this the place that the sun doesn't shine. So let's do the other side, because most people armpits stay pretty white over their years of life. Because this part doesn't get, if you even touch this part of your arm, it tends to be much more sensitive. Somebody touches you here versus here, like this might even tickle. And that's because it's not touched, it doesn't receive too much, the nervous system doesn't receive too much input. So when it does get touched, it's tickly. So if you were to open it up, it's okay to be a little tickly, but if you were to keep your elbow forward and then open this up, you start to stretch just a little bit more every day. So if you were just to do these 2 exercises every single day, you'll have more space in your heart, because your heart is within your ribs. You'll have more openness for breath. Breath is life force. It is the first thing you do when you come to the planet. It's the last thing you do before you leave. Breath is what grounds you to this earthly existence. And so the more you can open up your rib cage for breath, for space for your heart, and even moving a little, like I can feel my breath already, my heartbeat's lifted, and I'm even sweating a little bit, and I can feel my voice is sped up. And so it's a cardiovascular exercise, it's a stretching exercise, and it's also a strengthening exercise because it's not easy. And here's what I'll say. The reason I labeled this video stretch just a little bit every day for a lot of growth is if you stretch too much, what happens? You pull something. So Mercury's in retrograde today. Welcome! Stretch yourself during Mercury retrograde. Don't just sit around for the next few weeks and do nothing. Stretch yourself, but stretch yourself just a little at a time, little at a time, little at a time, and do it in a way of something you've already been doing. Nothing crazy new. Like if you've already wanted to kind of stretch your back out, what if you were just to add on a little bit of this? You know, just a little at a time every single day. If you were to just to do 2 minutes, here's what's going to happen. Your sides are going to get longer, your waist is going to narrow, you're going to get wide in your back, so you're not going to have all that crunchy, you know, computer neck, and also your ribs are going to come up away from your hips. And all of us over time, the hips and the ribs, there's a space between, it's called the waist. A lot of us lose the waist as we age because it just becomes kerplunk together, and most people aren't thinking about lifting the ribs as they're rooting their hips. So this is going to give you more of a waist. And why do you want a waist? Well, it looks nice, but more importantly, you have organs inside. You have a digestive system. You have a hormonal system that needs space to run through. So as you create more space gently with yourself, don't push it so hard right now, just a little at a time. But keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, just a little at a time. And watch yourself grow, watch yourself expand, and watch yourself actually get healthier. When you open up your body, if you have a business, if you have a job, if you have a relationship, people take notice, okay? You are more open-hearted. You can connect with people. You can attract the kinds of relationships that you want, the kinds of things in your business or your life, in your home, in your bank account. So your body is so much of a reflection. If you're willing to stretch your body just a little bit at a time, you're more likely to stretch yourself in other parts of your life just a little bit at a time. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Many people, maybe even you, maybe some people in your family or your friends, are sitting all the time. They're not walking, they're not running, they're not moving, they're not dancing, they're not stretching, and they wonder why they have problems. They wonder why they can't pay their bills or meet a good man. It's like, well, you've got to get the energy flowing. You've got to get to know yourself. Elle Ingalls said today, I'm not really sure where she is, so something must have happened where she can't come on live. But what she told me was that her and her husband and all my clients, my colleagues, the people I know who are into this, body work, knowing yourself, they said they've never known their body better. And I want that for you. I want you to know your body so that when you feel you're going towards something in life and you're not sure if it's working or going to happen, or you don't know what kind of decision to make, you can check in with your body and it'll give you all the answers you need. You can start to move in your body. The more you flow in your body, the more you flow in your relationships. The more you flow in your body, the more you flow in your bank account. The more you flow in your body, the more your health flows. I've heard all these people talk about having the flu and being sick. It doesn't even faze me because it's like I'm just totally in the flow. I don't even feel fazed by any of that because this up here is continually in the flow of movement or pausing. Right, but I would say most people are pausing a little too often out there. So how is your body today? What is it? I wish I could see who's here. I can't see, but hello, 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 who's ever here. I love you guys. I'm curious, what does your body feel like today? Do you feel like you need a little bit more stretching? If so, consider the ribs as a first place to start. It's right around the heart, simple. And then use your breath from the inside to stretch your ribs. So you take deeper breaths and stretch on the outside by letting your hips and head come away from your ribs. Okay? So inside stretch with breath, outside stretch with open ribs, and let me know how it goes. I would love to hear if this is, you know, it's a little bit different. Not very many people do stretches with their side ribs and their armpits, right? But that's exactly why we're doing it. So let me know how it feels. Let me know what is up. And then if you want any support around your body, if you want any support around your business, let me know. I'm here for you. I'm so excited it's Friday. I usually am here with Elle Ingalls, and something happened. She couldn't hop on, so I'm going to touch base with her after this. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Many, many blessings for a beautiful Friday. I'm giving you lots of shout outs for yays today. If you have any plans for the weekend, why don't you invite me? I'd love to see you. Bye, friends. Namaste.